Thank you for letting me be here. I really appreciate it. It's a little bright up here. Do you mind if I just sit down here with you, Clayton? Because it's a little bright up there. Great. Yes, my name is Murray Paige, and I'm thrilled to be here today with all of you amazing speakers and all of you at the LAIP. And I'm just a little overwhelmed with all the energy and all the good information and the positive movement. I feel a little bad because I think, gosh, you know, I didn't really do anything. I'm not biking in third world countries, and I'm not making cities on the sea, and you all are just fascinating. I just basically reacted to a situation that, for me, was my personal devastation, which is when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I'll give you a little background. I was living in Maine, the mother of 2 children, happily married, and a TV news reporter. But because I had the children, I just couldn't marry the whole get up at 4 a.m. and be at the fire all day long. Who's watching the children? Who's going to feed them? What if they're sick? You know, it just gets so nutty when you have a schedule that doesn't end, AKA TV news, and you're trying to be the mother of 2 children. So my husband and I talked about it, and we said, all right, I'll stay home and I'll freelance. So I'll pick up whatever gigs I can do while I'm raising these 2 little munchkins. So that's what I was doing, and I was working at Maine Public Television, and I had just started a 4-part series. And I was in the shower on Sunday morning, and it was March 12th, and I was doing my normal breast self-exams. And you may say to yourself, why are you doing breast self-exams? Like, what's up with that? Did you have it in your family? No, I didn't have breast cancer in my family. I still don't, other than moi. And, but it was something a high school gym teacher told me to do when I was 14 years old at my all-girls Catholic high school. And I did it. That's because that's the kind of girl I was. So, all right, I'll do myself breast exams. Yeah, la, 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 la. Okay, am I done? Na, 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 na. All right, good. Next slide. Do, 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 do. I did about 1,454 useless, time-consuming, stupid 60-second breast self-exams before number 1,455 hit me over the head like an anvil, because I found a lump. Woo, coming back to me now. It doesn't really leave you that moment of, oh my God, what the hell is that? I can't have breast cancer. I don't smoke. I breastfed both my kids. I don't buy anything that has ingredients I can't pronounce or I don't know where they came from originally. I exercise. I eat right. I don't have this in my family. What gives? What is going on? So I went through a long week of pouring coffee over cereal and giving my kids candy for breakfast and just mindlessly thinking, I'm going to die. And then Friday, sure enough, the doctor called and said, I'm so sorry, but this is breast cancer. So, of course, everything imploded. And for 2 days, really, I can barely tell you what I did, because you just think, I might not be here. How can that be? I'm doing everything right. How can I not be here? So it was 2 days after I was diagnosed, and even I was getting sick of the drama. I was like, okay, I need to get out of here. Sandy, my husband, kids, let's just go to my brother's house. My brother lives in this beautiful house on the coast of Maine. And I just said, I just want to sit here and stare at the ocean. I just don't want to talk about cancer. But that's not me, because I'm a TV journalist. So I was like on the phone with the doctors. I'm like, okay, yeah, just 1 minute. Right, radiologist, okay, what do I do now? Where do I go? Who am I talking to? What's their name? What's their beeper number? Do they have a cell phone that I can get? And I was being very just completely American media bombing through because I was so scared. And I was getting everybody's numbers for everything. And about 20 minutes maybe after I was on the phone, off and on the phone, my sister-in-law was watching me. Now, my sister-in-law is Linda Patillo. She worked at ABC News. She worked at CNN. And she was an international correspondent. At the time, she'd left her hectic, crazy schedule to raise their child in Maine, and she was freelancing as well. And after I got off the phone with the umpteenth doctor, she said, my God, Ann, you're like writing down all the information, you're asking all the follow-up questions, it's like you're a producer-reporter situation. This would make an amazing documentary. And I was like, I mean, I was really busy having cancer. I couldn't really think about doing a documentary. And what does that even mean? Because I tell people's stories. I don't tell my own story. And what does it mean to have cancer? I don't know what it means to have cancer. I've heard it a million times, but have I ever sat down and asked? No, because I don't want to know. it's scary and nasty and ugly, and I don't want to go there. But here I am. I'm going there. I'm forced there. So, like I thought about it for a couple of minutes, and really it was hazy until finally a new feeling came out, which was, oh, wait a minute. If I document this, and maybe I won't even make it through the documentation, but if I document this, then everybody will know. Everybody who sees the film will know what cancer is, what it does, and why we need to hate this thing and why we need to make it go away. And for one split second, I felt strong. I felt like I can fight. I can do something that I can do because I'm not a doctor and I can't diagnose and I'm not an oncologist and I can't give myself drugs, but I am a storyteller. I could tell my story and we'll just see what happens. And now, honestly, I didn't know what I was talking about because later on when my hair was falling out and Linda's got the camera on my naked breasts because I had a double mastectomy and I chose not to have reconstruction, I thought, what am I doing? Oh my God, I'm never going to work in TV news again. I'm going to be the laughingstock of like the entire television news journalism society. They're going to think, what is this fool doing, showing all this to everybody? But I kept one foot in front of the other because I thought, I don't know what's going on, but if I hate it, it doesn't have to see the light of day. If you've ever done a film or watched a film, you know you don't have to watch it. You can just put it on a shelf and no one has to see it. But I didn't. I stuck through it, and we filmed for 9 months. And we wrapped up in October of 2004. That following winter, my sister-in-law was putting together the film, and I called her up, and I said, you need to stop. I can't do it. This is just, it's too much for me. The highs, the lows, the in-between, my husband seeing me with no hair, what I learned, it's all intense, it's too much. And she said to me, look, Anne, what are you really talking about? And I just said, I think people are gonna laugh at me. I think they're just gonna laugh and they're never gonna hire me again. They're gonna think I'm an idiot. And she said, listen, and I could practically hear her taking off her hat. She said, what, you don't think you're ever gonna work again? I said, I don't think I'm ever gonna work anywhere. I don't know what's gonna happen. I was really, really down. And she said, and Katie Couric got on national television and she had a colonoscopy. And they say she saved thousands and thousands of lives. If she can do this, you can do this. I said, okay, you're right. Go ahead, keep editing. So Linda put together a 73-minute documentary film called The Breast Cancer Diaries. And I would like to roll a trailer for you so that you can get a taste of what it is. I look at my kids and I think, oh my God, I can't leave you. I look at Christopher, I think, I can't leave you without a mother. Those are the surreal moments where I'm like, I have cancer. I can't die. This is Christopher's 5th birthday. So my hair will fall out sometime around here. I'm gonna wake up on Monday after the surgery and go, oh my God, now I'm not a woman anymore.
I just had my breasts removed. And there's really not a lot of respect for that here. You know, if these were my testicles, I think that maybe I would have been able to spend a couple of nights in here.
I'm just so friggin' tired. This absolutely, without a doubt, stinks.
That's where I am right now. I have cancer, I have no hair, and I have no boobs, and that's who I am.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't know about that. I don't think I'm a do-rag kind of a woman. I'm like Mother Teresa. Or the Sphinx. Do I look like Yul Brynner in a movie? Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. I want you to know that the film is very inspiring. All examples to the alternative there. But when you watch the film, yes, it's sad. Of course it's sad. I have cancer. I'm not supposed to have cancer, and I'm a young mother, and my child is just learning to walk. In fact, you see her first steps. I miraculously got those on tape. But I want to share with you some of what people tell me they feel after they see this film, because it's very hard for me. It's subjective. It's very personal. But there's a gift in there that I am intending to give to anybody who takes the time and honors me with the time to watch this film. So I want to tell you, there was one young woman who was watching the film, and after it was over, I was speaking in Richmond, Virginia, and she came up to me and she said, you know, I have to tell you something. I'm 28, my friends and I, we usually go out, we get all dressed up, we go to the bars, ... She said, and I usually I gotta get the eyeliner right, and my hair has to look good, and what if this lipstick looks awful? The whole night's gonna be bad. She said, I watched your film, and what your husband does with you, and how he reacts to this, and how your kids are, and what it really all means. And now, when I go out at night, I make sure I have a shower, I make sure I put some deodorant on, and I got a little makeup on, but I'm not going crazy. Because if a person doesn't love me, sincerely, and they're not going to love me that night at a bar, I get that. But in general, if I develop a relationship with this person and this person can't handle me without my makeup and my hair and all this stuff, what is he going to do or she going to do when someone tells me you have to lose your breasts? And I was so honored by this young person's perception and the depth of her change just based on this film that I thought, okay, you know what? It was good that I did this film. Because I got to tell you, honestly, there are some days where I'm like, wow, that's a lot in that film. It's pretty much all me. And I'm sharing a very intense time of my life. And the only reason to do that is to change your life in some positive way. If not, it's just a waste of your time. There's so much other video out there. There's so much on the internet. It's everywhere. You're Twittering, we're Facebooking. So if I'm going to take even those 2 minutes of your time, I am praying that something hit inside you that's like, oh yeah, that's right. I should be breathing more. I should just chill out a little bit. Because nothing is that important that's going to take me away from me. The other day I was at school. We've moved here to California from Maine. This was filmed in Maine when I was living out there. And my family and I live in Northern California, which I love. And you don't need a rain shovel. And this woman came up to me while I was at drop-off, and she said, Ann, I just ordered your film because I'm a film teacher in Dixon, and I want to talk to my students about it, and I'm hoping that maybe you'll come and speak to them. And I said, that's fine, sure. She said, so I'm going to watch it Friday night with my husband. And I was like, you might not want to watch it, pop it in at Friday night, relaxing time. It's the breast cancer diaries. So she's like, oh, yeah. I said, so just, when you do, let me know. So that next Tuesday, because Monday was Columbus Day, she had the day off. We didn't, but she did. She came up to me, and she just walked. This is what happens to me. This is somebody who would normally be like, hi, Ann. And I'd be like, hi. And you just walk by each other, right, at the drop-off. She walked up to me like my mother. She's like, hi, how are you? And I said, I'm fine, forgetting that she'd seen the film. And she gave me this big bear hug. And I was like, oh. She saw the film, and she pulled away, and she said, Ann, I have to tell you a story. I'm a full-time teacher. My husband's a part-time teacher. We have 2 children. Obviously, they go to school with my kids. She said, this past Columbus Day, we had a minute to ourselves. We were talking to each other. Let's have some coffee and just discuss. This house is really small. Shouldn't we do an addition? If we did this addition, it would be this way and that way. It would cost this much money. It would take this much time. And the budget doesn't work. Why don't you maybe consider going back full time? And then we can put the kids in the CDC for, 7 hours instead of the 3 we got them in. And, whatever else they were trying to manipulate to make it work for their new addition to their house. And she said, I watched your film, and I woke up, and Steve and I sat down with a cup of coffee, and I looked at him, and I said, you stay and do exactly what you're doing for the exact amount of time. I don't want a big addition to this house. I just want us. This is what it's really all about. I'm honored to believe that watching my film helped her get there. In life, we have those moments. We all have them in different ways, and they come and go. And for some reason, our minds don't hold on to them. You know, I myself, I've had cancer. I've been there. I get just as frustrated when my husband takes his dirty underwear and throws them over there, and they're not, and there's the big hamper. It's sitting right there. Could you just put it there? What? Is this like neuroscience? Could you help him? I don't get it. But anyway, but the point is, any little thing in your life that can bring you back to square and remind you what's truly good and about your life and important, I think is worth your time. And I'm humbled to hope that you would believe that about my film, The Breast Cancer Diaries. I want you to also know, too, that I've loved being here today. I do have to hop a plane back tomorrow tonight because tomorrow is my husband's birthday. And not only is his birthday, it's his 40th. And I got to be there for that because we all know he was there for me in spades. But if you ever would like to talk to me, reach me or whatnot, I am on Facebook and I am on Twitter. And we have a nonprofit organization called Project Pink, which we go around to universities and colleges in this country and around the world if they want us to come and talk about the importance of early detection and share our story of promise. Thank you.
Thank you, honey.